Welcome to the podium, Mr. Henny Haldenois.
Thank you, Ashwin. And what a great pleasure it is for me to welcome you all to the official launch of the Rugby Jol France 2023. In close collaboration with our official partners, DSTV, Roger and your team, it's a pleasure having you here. Vintage Draft, Tasneen, Dries, nice seeing you again. Thank you for joining us. And then obviously the NMH team, Albie, and the rest of my other team. Before we get started with the official Le Rugby Jol proceedings, there's a saying that goes, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And what better way to feed the beast, to feel the rugby gees tank, than a lekker Checkers boerewors recipe. So please allow me to introduce to you Chef Terry from Silver Spoon Hospitality Academy, to introduce to you a French twist with caramelized onion brie and a boerewors tart. Give it up for Chef Terry.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. We were given a challenge just over a week ago to come up with a Frenchanized version of boerewors. So we gave this task over to our students, and they put their heads together, and at the end of the day, Chef Nikki and I decided on what to do. No, joking. This has been prepared by our students, and the tart is, the French are famous for their tarts and for onions. They love to cook with onions and cream and butter and all the good things. No, they don't give you cholesterol, they don't put on weight. It's very healthy cooking. And what we've done tonight is we've prepared a puff pastry, which is very French, a puff pastry tart, which is filled with caramelized onions, and a piece of the Champion Checkers boerewors, and we've made a soubise sauce, which is basically an onion-infused sauce, but we've added brie cheese to it. So a very nice, creamy, rich, decadent sauce to go with the sweetness and the flavors of the onions and the crispiness of the tart, and it's finished off with the fantastic flavor of Namibian boerewors. So please come up to the Silver Spoon stands over there, where you can get, if you have a voucher, we can give you a sample and you can get to taste this fantastic dish. Thank you.
You know, as the chef was speaking, I was like, oui, Meneer, oui. Definitely looking forward to tasting some of that. You know, NMH has been doing a unique thing when it comes to the Rugby World Cups. And if you've been supporting rugby in Namibia, you know the World Cup means the absolute world to us. And when we do get an opportunity to go to the World Cup, which fortunately is more often than not, we like to celebrate the amalgamation of those cultures. And such a dish is an example of that. Now, in Japan, during the Japan World Cup, we had something special for you as well. And now, when it comes to the French World Cup, it's going to be very, very interesting because there's a special competition. And in this competition, you stand a chance. Yeah, good. I'm glad I got your attention because I was never going to get into it. I just wanted your attention. If you want to know more about the competition, please make sure you pay attention to Henny as he comes back up as we officially launch the Le Rugby Jol. Am I saying it right? Le Rugby Jol Namibia 2023. All right.
Thank you, Ashwin. So thank you for Chef Terry once again, and thank you for Silver Spoon Hospitality Academy and Checkers Namibia for partnering with us. Obviously, the next 2 days, there'll be vouchers being handed out to taste, especially today, the Le French version of the boerewors. And then obviously tomorrow, we've got some exciting stuff, quenching your taste buds. Proudly brought to you by Checkers Namibia and then the Hospitality Academy. So there's something we all like doing from a young age, and even more so when we mature in life, and that's jolling. So we came up with the Jol campaign in 2019, and what a jol it was when we joled in Japan, celebrating the 2019 Rugby World Cup. So with this year's Tourism Expo's theme being Beyond Borders, we certainly explored beyond borders in Japan. We took our thousands of viewers, followers, readers, and explored Japan beyond borders. Embracing technology, we were able to broadcast and share the Jol in Japan experience during the Rugby World Cup in Japan 2019. Let's look back and reveal and relive the brave attempt our Windhoek draft Valvichas made, and to cap it all off with a wonderful victory the Springboks displayed by winning the 2019 Rugby World Cup in Jol in Japan.
Groot dag in die geskiedenis van Japan. Dis die amptelike opening van die 2019 Rugby Wêreldbeker en agter my is Tokyo City Stadium waar 50,000 rugby liefhebbers na half van mekaar gaan kom om rugby te ondersteun.
Dames en heren, we are here at the Yokohama Stadium in Japan. Dames en heren, ons is nou hier by Namibia se eerste wedstryd by die Hanazono Stadium. Konnichiwa uit Osaka. Ja, ek is hier saam met ons geesspan. Een ding is verseker, die rugby gees in Japan is ongelooflik heerlik om hier te wees. Ek en Joggie is vandag by die in Toyota City en ons is by Yokohama Stadion en by my is Ernst Gunning. Julle sal hom van verskeie plekke ken, maar onder meer sy mees onlangse TV-reeks elders Japan. So, today Namibia takes on Italy. Who do you think is going to win?
Namibia.
Yeah!
富士急電流ステージ湖岸流大魔法術許しを得たのが富士通
Rugby met kom kyk. Bid asseblief tog. Die tyfoonkoere. Tyfoon kom. Ek sê vir jou.
Dit is nou 24 en 'n half uur voordat die Namibiese rugbyspan môre veronderstel is om hier nee wag. Hier vir my.
See? Jonah show this.
typhoon is approaching, and we just got alert at 3 p.m. this afternoon. It says that people have to start preparing evacuation.
Ek het 'n paar legendes. Die vraag gaan vra, wat sou jy sê om die bok te dra? 'n Paar wyse woorde vanuit die hart, wat die bok inspireer en wat hy saam kan vat. Hy gaan saam, as die bokke vertrek oor die see. Hy gaan saam, as die bokke vertrek oor die see. Hy gaan saam, as die bokke vertrek oor die see. Hy gaan saam, as die bokke vertrek oor die see.
So vir Ola is my trui aangetrek, iets wat ek nie gister kon doen nie. Japan is 'n ongelooflike land om te ervaar, 'n ongelooflike plek om te sien. Maar mens besef ook die wonderlike goed van die huis. Goed soos 'n boer maak 'n plan, goed soos as iets verkeerd loop maak ons hom baie vinnig weg. Na 5000 km op treine en oor die 200 km gestap is ons moeg en bly om huis toe te gaan. Dankie dat julle ons gevolg het in Jol in Japan.
Right here.
Domo arigato, Japan!
Introduce a leader, a man who walks in the footsteps and obviously leads by example. Please welcome the NMH CEO, Mr. Albie Botha.
So I've got to kind of compose myself because I was in that last game which we never played. It was against Canada. And I only have one wish still when it comes to rugby, and that's to see a Namibian team win a World Cup game. So to declare my interest, I am going to France. I'm only going to go watch one game, and that's Namibia against Uruguay. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Just to experience, hopefully for once, after I think my 5th World Cup, to see Namibia win a game. It is unbelievable to be part of a global platform like the Rugby World Cup and to experience a country, not the game itself, but everything around the game. Japan was just something very special, and I know France will be the same. So do challenge you, be part of this wonderful journey. And if you're the lucky winner, which Henny will explain just now how it works, it'll be wonderful. But just share with us the experience. In 2019, we were able to cross over live to every single stadium where we were playing as a country and just share those wonderful experiences live. And right now it sounds like old school, but in 2019, we were by far the most cutting-edge way of communicating in the world. No one else was doing what we were doing. I understand how satellite television works and satellite connections work and all those wonderful satellite things. We were using ordinary cell phones to communicate and capturing those moments and capturing real energy moments, including receiving tsunami messages that the tsunami is now in the northern parts of Japan, which is by far the most beautiful part of Japan. And the whole experience of seeing the tsunami and how it devastated the northern parts and how we were devastated as rugby followers, hearing people from Japan speak Afrikaans, which is just something very special. Experiencing
how the dikes of Japan were working for the first time, because a couple of years before then, that whole area was flooded through the same logics of tsunami. So please be part of this wonderful journey. Follow us on our social media pages, but at the same time, be part of this wonderful journey of the Rugby World Cup, which will start in September. Watch it on DSTV. Watch the experience that they share. It is really something very, very special to be part of. And we're very proud this year again to hopefully share these wonderful moments. And yes, the Rugby World Cup is only in September, but we're already part of that whole journey right now, which Jenny will share just now as well. And so thank you so much for allowing us, our sponsors, to be able to do this once again. It is definitely a very unique experience, and we're very proud to be able to be the messenger of this wonderful energy, and very proud to be a Namibian supporter of our wonderful team. So thank you, Annie.
So all of this is not possible with a partner like DSTV and SuperSport, whom have collaborated with us, NMH, in celebrating our journey to World Cups for the last 12 years. So please welcome Mr. Roger Gertsen, the MD of MultiChoice Namibia.
So a few years back, when you came to the stage, you had to first check testing 1, 2. So today we don't need to do this anymore, but we still prepare the speeches in hard copy and electronic version, because you never know whether there'll be light or whether things will work. Nonetheless, when I was preparing for the short statement, I came across this word Jol. And then there was a lot of young ones in the office, and we debated, how do you pronounce Jol? Is there an English version of Jol, or is it only an Afrikaans one? And I've been speaking to my good friend here, and she had been reminding me that jolling was apparently also equally a word in English. So therefore, good evening, everyone. Tonight, I'm excited to be here as we launch Le Rugby Jol France 2023. DSTV is once again proud to support our long-standing partners, NMH, in this exciting journey. We are also excited to provide exposure to our boys, the Velvichas, on our SuperSport channels during the upcoming Rugby World Cup. This excitement and anticipation is definitely building up ahead of the Rugby World Cup 2023 in France, as Albert said. And as MultiChoice, we confirm our ongoing commitment to enhancing rugby nationally here in Namibia, especially in a year where the sport will celebrate its 200th birthday. And I don't know how many people have known that this year we will be celebrating this huge milestone for the sports code. Through our continued investment in a long-term partnership, such as the one with NMH, we strive to enrich the lives of Namibians through sport and entertainment. World Rugby is not simply an organization of sport. It's a movement, and we want to advance the sport with our viewers at the center of what we do as a business. The Rugby World Cup 2023 will showcase the very best of our local talent on and off the field. And given just how tight the world rankings are, we anticipate a thrilling and unpredictable race to lift the cup in September. Just as the Springboks winning the last World Cup and our subsequent documentary, Chasing the Sun, propelled personalities to the fore and captured the imagination of new supporters to the world over. France 2023 will be a fitting showcase of the Namibia rugby talent. And together with Albi, I'm pretty sure all of us will rally behind the boys to really watch that one game, which we will win this year. Sport is emotive. It It creates unforgettable moments and great debating points. It is the spectra of drama, the prospect of the unexpected that keeps us gripped. There is much to be excited about on and off the field. I would like to finish my wishes by extending a massive thank you to the Namibia Media Holdings and their teams, as well as the entire Namibian rugby family, the players, fans, administrators, and volunteers. And of course, my own team, who has been working tirelessly at Multichoice Namibia with dedication and passion, and to make sure that this dedication will be central to ensuring that we have a memorable Rugby World Cup 2023 run up to September and the actual event. And I thank you.
Thank you, Roger. Truly the channel of champions to follow during the 2023 World Cup in France. Next up, need I say more? The beer backing our boykies and also partnering with NMH over the years and allowing us to creating the cheers moments, or better known in Namibia as Prost. Please allow me to welcome Tasneem Klaasen, the Senior Brand Manager of Oneuptwo Draft.
Thank you, Henny. Roger, when you mentioned technological issues earlier, I got very nervous because I only have my speech on this iPad and not on a hard copy. But I trust everything will go smoothly. So as the proud main sponsor of our country's national rugby team, we are thrilled to be part of the Rugby Jol France in collaboration with Namibia Media Holdings. One of the values of NMH is to share information to empower communities, and with that comes a rich amount of storytelling. We're excited to form part of the storytelling journey where we will not only be heroing the stories of global rugby legends, but also those of our own Namibian heroes, the Oneuptwo Draft Velvichas, who has once again qualified for the Rugby World Cup 2023 in France. The story, yes, please, round of applause. The story that we as a brand would like to tell on this road to Rugby World Cup is all about giving 100%. The achievements of the Namibian rugby team is not only testament to their dedication and hard work, it mirrors the nature, spirit, and attitude of our nation. Resilience, perseverance, and hard work is baked into the DNA of our country. There are no half measures. It takes everything. It takes 100%. 100% is not only speaks to the Oneuptwo Draft credentials of obviously 100% pure beer, but to the determination of the Velvichas and the fans. We would therefore like to call on the nation and the national spirit to rally behind the national team, to feel pride, excitement, and to show up 100% for our Namibia rugby team as they fly our country's flag high on the global stage. For now, let's have a jol with this journey to the World Cup. Let's back our boykies, but most of all, let's appreciate and applaud the hard work that goes into being a local rugby hero. Before I leave the stage, or as I do, the tech team will hopefully not disappoint us, and they will play a video that we have developed alongside the national team that really encompasses the spirit, the perseverance, the hard work that goes into being a local rugby hero. Guys, it is not easy. These boys give their heart and their soul to our country, and we can only be proud of them for representing us on this national platform. Thank you very much.
It takes heart and all the soul. A head stuck in the game. It takes every bone in your body, all the blood in your veins. And then more blood and more sweat more tears, all your hopes and your dreams. It takes conquering fears. It's late nights and weekends, 6 to 6s, 9 to 5s. It takes sacrifice and suffering every moment of our lives. It takes kick after kick, being kicked when you're down. It takes fighting for hours for inches of ground. It takes every last line out, every last second spent. It takes absolute devotion. It takes 100%.
Listen, I know we're still waiting for our first win, but take it from an Arsenal fan. We're going to be fine. Okay, I have a lot of endurance. We're going to do what needs to be done. So it's time for us to actually get to know what the competition is about. So please pay attention. We are talking about France, okay? Not just for engagement, not just for Eiffel Tower, for something more important, in my opinion, the Velvitches. So to officially launch Le Rugby Jol France 2023, please help welcome back Henny Goudenhuis.
Thank you, Ashwin. So, like Tasneen mentioned, at NMH we believe in sharing information to empower our communities with knowledge. But with every Rugby World Cup for the last 12 years, we've been very blessed to send a lucky Namibian rugby fan and its companion to experience tourism beyond borders. This year is no different, and it's my pleasure to announce that we will once again send one lucky winner with its companion to France to attend the opening game of Namibia when they take on Italy on 9 September in the south of France in Saint Etienne. So obviously with our competition that we'll be running into across all our multimedia platforms, my colleagues would have handed out this little pamphlets for you to scan the QR code. Obviously terms and conditions, Roger, you won't be able to partake in the competition and win. But nonetheless, it's a survey competition that we're running. Next slide, please. You'll be asked 7 particular questions linked to Le Rugby Jol France 2023. It's our 7th consecutive year that we are joining the World Cup. And obviously, scanning that QR code with the pamphlets that's been handed out to you, you are one of the lucky ones to first participate in this wonderful competition that will be running over 7 weeks. Next slide, please. So obviously, it's very easy. You go to the survey, you answer your 7 questions, and then you submit by filling in your details. Obviously, we need to have accurate details in terms of your name, surname, cell phone number, and email address. Next slide, please. And then, of course, more importantly, is to share this with your friends, family, WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, Facebook posts to make your entry go viral. The more people entering on your unique code, the more chances you stand of becoming that lucky winner. So please watch our media space on all our multimedia channels, how you can enter. You can visit our expo stand right at the beginning of or the entrance of the expo to get more information. So scan, participate, and share with your friends so that we can get that lucky winner joining the Le Rugby Jol France 2023 experience. And again, thanks to our sponsors, DSTV, Supersport, Vintage Draft, and NMH, we'll be going beyond borders and sending a multimedia team that will capture and share all the moments France have got to offer with our audiences worldwide and not only in Namibia, putting Namibia and our partners on the map to celebrate what Namibia's touch on the World Cup rugby will include. I proudly present to you today the Le Rugby Jol France 2023 experience.
There is 1 point in it between mighty New Zealand and unheralded, written off Namibia.
The standard is set, the pressure's on, and it's time for us to deliver. So thank you once again for attending the official launch of the Rugby Jol France 2023. Thank you again, Roger and your team, for supporting us through this journey, especially with DSTV and Supersport. And always thank you to Tasneen and your team for believing in us and telling the Windhoek Draft story. Let's enjoy the rest of the Tourism Expo by jolling beyond borders. Thank you, everybody.